Hey everybody, and we're back with our No Armor, No Perk run. This will probably be the last session I do with this girl in 2023. So, let's take over this workshop and set up some things to gather some supplies. And I will have to remember to come back to this workshop to gather those supplies at some point. But let's see, there's probably, yeah, some enemies around. Um, okay, so it's not toggling. So let's just look for them. It's probably yep. There's usually some ticks over here. So if you're ever looking for tick components, this is a good place to find them if it hasn't been already taken. So if somebody has taken it over, usually the ticks are gone, but if you're the first one here, the ticks are usually here. About 3. Oh gosh. There we go. Let's see, what else is around? Was it just the 3 ticks? So this is a good place for concrete and wood, and we're going to be doing a build soon. So that's why we came here, so that we can gather up some goodies to do her permanent enclave home. And then okay, so permanent home. We're not supposed to share that you're in the enclave? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just being silly today. Like I said, this is still December of 23, and I have no idea when I'll be able to get this in edit and publish. So anyway, we're using free cam here. I used to really hate the free cam mode. I never could control it really well, but I'm learning to love it. Free cam is just becoming a wonderful thing, and it is something that does take some getting used to, and it takes setting your sensitivity, playing with those sensitivity settings, because when you first start out, I think they're a little high, or at least mine was a little high, and then once I played with those became a lot better. But we got concrete, we got junk and wood, and we can place down a Santatron and pick up some holiday gifts since that's still going on. So now we just need to power everything. I think we got a couple of these little generators. These will work. 1, 2. These are, I think, 5 each. And then run it. Is that going under? It's going underneath. The thing is up here. Why is it going underneath? And then, okay, so if we replace it, maybe, no. Okay, what about if we replace it over here? How about now? No. Okay, what about if we place it on this side? I swear this has got to work. Aha, there we go. finally. And I lost my train of thought with that, but that was kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, so I'm getting excited to do a build, like a bigger home for her. We might even do one of the prefabs, and then just kind of get it all decorated up, or we might do a build. I don't know. But I think I know where the location is going to be. And then while we're in workshop here, I'm going to try another little design here for a mobile camp. I just want to see a few things, see if this works out. So perfect time to play with that, because her mobile will just need a few things, but I wanted to see if something with 3 blocks like this in a corner would still be a mobile camp. I know sometimes if you go too high that it's not as mobile. I know that to stay mobile you want to keep the base small, so I'm wondering if this base is going to be too big. So I was just going to try out a design here, and we'll come back and blueprint it and then try to put it down and move it around. So if I can remember to do all that today. I do have a bit of time. Oh, I gotta defend. I do have a bit of time. So this is going to be a fairly long session with her. So this is going to be a couple episodes, but we're still doing the same kind of thing. We are going to be vendor hopping a little bit, jumping into events. We're going to try to rank her up so that we can get a decently modded weapon. So we need something that's a little bit more rapid fire. And then we are going to look for ammo components, and building components. So, wood, concrete, steel, anything like that. We're going to look to scrap. So another kind of real casual day before we get into the meat of her next set of quests. So her next set of quests, so we've joined the Enclave and all of that. So the very next thing that we're going to try to do is Mayor for the Day. So we can open up Watoga to us and it's not going to be as hostile. That one. So we're going to definitely do that one. And the next, after Mayor for the Day for Watoga, then we're going to start on the Pioneer Scouts, starting with Tadpole, and then work on the Possum Badges. So we'll see if we can't get all that done. Alright, and she is going to stay. No armor and no perks for a bit. Well, for the foreseeable future. I figured when she reached level 300, we'll give her a perk. So that will be interesting. Let's give her an ammo box. But like I said, yeah, I'm just going to try out this little design here, blueprint it, and cart it around to see if it's mobile. I usually do some kind of build or building thing, but I won't do a video on that until it's completely tested and I know that it actually works. So there's a couple things that I've done, tested them, they don't work. So I'm going to be testing up a couple different things here soon. One will be a different way to make a floating camp, and it's going to be more abstract, so more artsy than functional. So I'm working on something like that, and also working on something that is completely just super functional. So two sides of the coin there. So extremely functional, and then artsy. So look for those in the future. I'm also working on a couple of different ideas, and there's a melee for anybody that's interested in a melee. I am working on a couple of things, tips and tricks for melee characters. So that'll be interesting. And so far that's going fairly well. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm finally figuring out, because I've said previously, melee is not my bread and butter. It is not what I'm good at in this type of game. So it's been interesting to figure out what really works with that character, and I've been trying to keep that character completely melee only. So no guns, no ammo, don't need any of that, just completely melee. So it's been interesting, and I've been able to figure out a couple of different kind of tricks for it, so you can get some of that experience at events and things like that. But it's been a fun run so far, and so kind of look for that in the future. And of course, I am going to continue on with the cooking videos, so you can see what different recipes and how they will benefit you. So we'll get into that, and I might even add in a bit more informative things in it. So far they've been pretty like 20% informative, 80% silly. So I'm going to try to balance that a little bit more to be about half and half. So that's what I've got planned for the future of this channel. I guess I can call it a channel now instead of a creative experiment. So we'll do that, and so we'll vendor hop here until we get an event pop. And nice. I really do like anybody that has a public camp, or a camp that you can find on the map. I like especially if I'm on my main character, I'll just bounce from camp to camp, because I like to see how everybody creates their camp, and how they use the location to their advantage. So I've seen some really cool camps lately. It's been fun, and I've seen some like amazing, like top tier builds too. That's been awesome. I've seen one that was the Starship Enterprise, and I don't know how he did it, but oh, it was one of the most fantastic builds I've ever seen. But again, those are like top tier professional builds. Um, and I kind of like to try to gear everything toward more of a casual gamer, because that's what I am. I'm a casual gamer. I game to relax for fun when I'm off work. And so this is a different aspect of that lets me still be creative. And then it's uh, it's been a fun ride. I gotta say, it's been a fun ride. All right, so let's see if there is another vendor selling some goodies. I'm looking for a couple of different things. I bought with this character earlier on. I seen some plans for weapons at a really good price at some player vendors, and I know I bought plans for mods and weapons, and then I found out that I can't use them because I don't have the gunsmith perk. So now instead of looking for somebody that's selling a lot of plans, we are looking for somebody that is selling mods or weapons, ammo, of course, and some aid. So if we can find some stim packs or stealth boys or something like that, we'll pick those things up also. So here we go. Okay, look through this stuff. It's so my so I've been playing 76 for a year, and I'm an everyday player. Uh, there are days where I'll have very long sessions and play most of the day, and those are the days I have off. And even with my work schedule, even if it gets crazy, I always hop on for a couple hours. My main character is 740 now. My alternate characters hit 300 recently. One of them did. And then the rest of them all are all between 60 to 150. So I have a bunch of characters, and one I'm getting ready to delete and restart because I want to look into this new loadout system where you can pick whether you want to be commando, melee, heavy guns. I can't remember all of them, but I know the one that I'm going to pick to investigate, and that is the specialist. Uh, and the reason I'm going to pick that is because everybody says that's not the build to go with, but everybody else has like this specific end game in mind for their character, or they kind of know where they want their character to go. But if you're a casual gamer and you did want to skip up level so you can start in the heart of the game and you start out, I want to see if specialist isn't really the best one to start with, because the perk system in this one is so easy to change up. You can change it at any time. So that's the things that we got to kind of look forward to. Um, so I'm going to be starting that one next year, so in January. So hopefully I can give you some feedback on that for the casual gamer. What is the best loadout? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes and how the build works and everything. So
I need to visit Flatwoods again sometime.
yeah, I'm excited for the session today because we've now set some definite goals for a girl. Like I said, this is going to be a long session today, so this is probably a couple episodes before I get into the new stuff. Um, but I will be sure to let you know. And some point here, if I'm not gaining enough experience, because we need to jump her up a little bit in levels. We need to try to reach level 45 at least before we start doing some other missions. And that's just because we want the drops that she's going to get with the future mutated events or anything like that, or guns that I find in vendors. They're all level 45 or 50 or above. So I need to get her up to that level so we can find a really good workable gun. Okay, and that door's locked. We don't have lock picking perks. There we go. Words again. So maybe in the next year I can work on my wordsmithing there. But if you run up here to this guy in the bathtub, he has the key to this barn. So if you didn't know where the key was, it is there. This is also a really good place for a camp because it has ready available food. It has a junk pile up there, some bees up there so you can collect honey, and there is usually a magazine and bobblehead around here. Okay, so yep, that is where, ooh. Anyway, I was going to say that's where the bobblehead spawns. So, okay. Oh. This might be... Yep, got it. Oh, but there's usually some good loot in here, and this is also a spawn for power armor, so if you're looking for specific power armor pieces, usually you can find some here. If you're... Oh, and the magazine. So this is a magazine spawn place, but there is also a bobblehead and magazine spawn place up at the farmhouse proper. And there's usually... It looks like somebody's been in here, but there's usually like adhesive here. So there's usually 2 things of glue in there. Like I said, corn here. Wheat down the way, pumpkins are here, potatoes, and cranberries are all in this little farm. So putting a camp near here is usually a good idea. And I think my Christmas tree camp is actually kind of close to here on my main character. So we might have to put her camp over on this side of the world also. But for her, so she could have some travel points, we need to get a camp in like almost every direction. So one up in Toxic Valley, one over in the Cranberry Bog, one down in Ash Heap, and one over here. So we're gonna look at doing all of those eventually. Like, it'll take a minute, but the first one we want to build will probably be in the Cranberry Bog, and that will be her like major home, her big build, so to speak. This is also a good place to find sugar and vegetable starch, which is adhesive, and sugar is used in cranberry relish. I can't remember if it's used in brain bombs right off the top of my head, but this shelf right here is another spawn location for a magazine. And make sure you look around. Like, when you're exploring a place, you always look everywhere. Every nook and cranny. I could come to a place 500 times and still find a little secret that I've missed. So that's... it's always interesting, like when you're first come to a place, to like really spend some time looking around, because if it has something that you know you're going to need to come back for later, that's helpful. And so there's a few other things that, let's see, vegetable starch, there we go, another one of those, usually a pie, and then a lot of wood piles, so we could pick up a lot of wood here, and there'll be several stem packs. If I remember correctly, there's like 5 that you can gather at this farm location altogether. I'll have to recheck that, but usually I can find 1 on the body, 2 in that house, 1 in this one, and 1 on the truck outside, so I think that's 5. There's also salt and pepper. Excuse me. And all that. My sinuses have been draining here recently, and then, well, that's an event, so let's scrap up, see if we can't travel and get there. Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh, this one, oh, this ought to be fun. Also, we probably could pick up a decent weapon or 2 from here. I think crowd control, that's what it's called. Drops in this one, and that could be a really good weapon for her. So we'll just wait here to see if anybody else comes. We'll need our radiation suit, and I have no armor, so I'm not starting the event. I will wait for other people who have armor, or just run around without armor. So power armor is what I meant. There's a lot of people that prefer not to use power armor all the time. I'm not a big power armor user on my main character unless I need it for something specific. So like I'll use the excavator armor if I'm mining for resources. I will use my T60 for anything else that I need, like protection for. And I've said it before, I love my T60 power armor. To me, it's the best armor. Because it has everything that I need. I don't need it to be completely maxed out, but and it's also the first full set of armor that I found in game, and that took a while. So let's see. Oh, daggone. Well, my apologies. This video is running very long. We'll have to end it for right now, and edit. So future me, this should be really close to the end of the first video, or you could, well, no, since I've mentioned that, just, yeah, this end it here, and then start it back up when this event starts. Oh, I'm trying a new timer that is kind of silent, but it's sitting beside of me so I can look at it, and yeah, it only works if you're actually looking at it. So yeah, it's past, way past time. So, okay, future me, you need to take care of all of this.